Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. It's about 5:46 a.m. We're up, we're ready to go. We're just gonna go pick up the guys. We're gonna head over to that job in Ukaipa, continue working there. We're close to finishing everything up. We're gonna finish up the drip lines today for sure, and all the mulch and the flower beds, which is just gonna leave us with grass and a vinyl fence to put in. So we're close to finishing up that job. I'm not looking forward to today. I looked at the weather report. It's supposed to be 96 today, which is really hot for this area. And there's really not a lot of shade there, so it's gonna be a scorcher today for sure. But we're gonna give it our best shot, best attitude. We're gonna be out there working, and we'll catch you guys at the job site. Okay guys, we made it to the job site here. We're about to get started. We have everything in place already. We have our mulch here. The guys already started running the drip system for the plants. Let me show you what guys. I see we have some of our drip emitters already in place. We have the line in place to start running all the drip emitters to all this, and then they have one more station to run drip emitters too, and then we can start spreading out our mulch. This is one entire flower bed off of that corner of the house all the way here, so all this and through here gets mulch. So we have our mulch already here at the house. We have 12 yards of mulch. We just have to finish running our drips. Like I said, we have our 1/2 inch line already in place there and throughout. This is pretty straightforward the way you set these drip systems up. You basically run a PVC line, and you stub up, and off of that PVC line you adapt this 1/2 inch tubing. Off of that 1/2 inch tubing we run 1/4 inch drip lines to each plant individually. All we have to do is just make sure that we run this 1/2 inch line as close as possible to the plant, so that we're not running 1/4 inch tubing too far. So you can see the guys have fed it right in between the plants, and off of that 1/2 inch line they'll perforate that line, put in a little 1/4 inch coupling, and run tubing and line over to the plants. Once they're done with this zone here, we're going to move on to this zone here that moves around the entire perimeter here, and this little section there. And then after that we're just going to start spreading out mulch. Grass is coming on Saturday, so basically this whole area here is going to be sod, and we should be done after that, except for the vinyl fence. But besides that, everything's already in place. So we're gonna get going here and get moving. So there's only been a couple of little issues that we ran into this job with. A couple things that we have to take care of. Mostly just dealing with other contractors. Whenever you're doing landscaping at a new construction, you always have to be dealing with some of the mess that other contractors make. Here at this house in particular, we're dealing with the masons who came in and repaired these steps, and they left all their trash here. They just left all their trash here. They didn't even bother cleaning up after themselves. They basically poured the steps. You can see piles of dirt where we had already laid out our mulch, pieces of block right there. Just their trash thrown all over the place. The other person we're dealing with here was the plumber, who seems to be allergic to the idea of holding a shovel in his hand, which I don't understand. If you're a plumber, I mean, obviously you have to do some digging. This clean out over here was buried. He left it way too low when he stubbed up. He left it way too low. I mean, it was obvious that this area was going to get a lot of fill, and he left that pipe way too low. So when the fill came in, obviously covered it up, and he didn't want to extend it up. He wanted us to dig that line for him and extend it up, so that he can just come and extend it. and that's not part of my job description, digging out for the plumber. So we're dealing with that. He ended up taking care of it himself, but he tried to get the builder to make us do all the digging for him. So we're just dealing with stuff like that, mostly just contractors leaving their trash on areas that we've already cleaned out, and that becomes an issue because it feels like we're doing things twice. But besides that, everything else is moving along. We're done with all the planting. We have everything in place. We're just running drip lines now and mulch today, so we're gonna keep moving along with this. Okay, let me show you guys how we install these emitters. So what we do first is we use a perforating tool like this that comes from the manufacturer, and we already have our drip line set up here. It's got a 1/4 inch drip line. It's got our emitter, and it's also fed through the stake that holds it in place at each plant. And what you do, I want to come in here and show you, is you basically perforate the pipe, and then here, I'll grab this one. And then the tubing has a little 1/4 inch 90 on it, and you snap that into place. Basically, you push it into the pipe, and you'll actually hear it pop. And there, you can see it's already attached. And then we just put it next to our plant, and you can see it's going to feed our plant right there. So it's as easy as that. The hard part is running all the 1/2 inch line. Once you have the 1/2 inch line in place, you're able to run these emitters to each plant super fast. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Yep. Okay guys, we've already finished up all our irrigation. You can see we have all our drip emitters in place. Every single plant has a drip emitter. These are 2 gallon per hour drip emitters. That means if you run the station for 1 hour, you're gonna get about 2 gallons worth of water at each plant. On the trees, we have 2 emitters. Those need a little more water, so if we were to run that system for an hour, each tree would get about 4 gallons of water. So these are very efficient emitters. It's a very efficient way to water because you're building up moisture next to the plant rather than try to soak the entire area with the sprinkler head. You're just watering right next to the plant, so over time there's moisture there for the plant to survive. You don't have to water it too much. Initially you have to water them every day just because they're new plants, but once we have enough moisture built up in the soil around the plant, then we can cut way back to maybe 3 times a week once the plants become fully established. Right now we're getting ready to start putting in our mulch, and that's going to be the last thing we do today, just installing our mulch. You can see we have our guy already starting on this end. He's already gone ahead and started bringing in the mulch, dressing up the planters. We're testing the system right now. You guys can see this is the way they water. Come in there really close by, you can see each emitter water right next to the plant. So every single plant has one. It's the most efficient way to water, you can see. And like I said, on the trees we have 2 of them. You can see them right there. Perfect amount of water for these plants, especially because a lot of these plants are drought resistant plants, native plants. We have some Mexican sage, and the iceberg roses do really well out here, so we don't need to put that much water in them. So you can already see we have our mulch going into place. So the mulch is going to go in through this entire area, and that's going to be the dress up for our planter beds. You can see that we've already gone ahead and spread our mulch here in this corner to match the mulch that we had going around the house, and you can see it's already all in through there and in through here. So we're going to go ahead and take our lunch right now, and then we'll be back at this mulch thing, and then we'll show you guys how that goes as we move through it.